talking is to absorb it. Absorption, how do you absorb what you think? How do you absorb what you feel? Not by sharing. Don't look outside, look inside. You have the power to change yourself. You have the power to make the difference. You're the young students who are going to be 52 and 53. You're the one who's going to make this world a better place. Are you all in agreement with that? Are you all going to do something about the environment? Are you all going to go home and spread it around? Instead of sharing all the mobile numbers and instead of sharing all the mobile model numbers and websites on YouTube, are you all going to share the aspect of environment? It's extremely important, it's extremely essential for each one of you. Spread the word around. Can each one of you go home today, talk to your parents and brothers and sisters, try and tell them something that you saw and learned out here. Will all of you do this? Who's honest enough to say I won't? Why?
Seriously speaking, I don't think after this room, none of us will have this thing in our mind. It's a truthful observation made by me.
Shall I make sure that each one of you, and I appreciate you being honest, can I make sure that each one of you, when you leave this room, is not going to forget me? Would you all like to do that? Can you all do one simple thing for me when you go home? Can you plant a small pea in a pot and let it grow on your bedside? Can each one of you do that? That will make a difference. There are 300 students in this room and there will be 300 more plants in Dubai and Sharjah. Thank you very much for the presentation. I now have a question and answer, but before I jump into that, I just need 5 minutes with these three women. Please walk up. Right to the board, right here. That last photograph is shot in Alibag near Bombay. It's one of my favorite photographs. Can you quickly read and tell me, after seeing my presentation, do you see anything different than what they wrote over here? Can you please explain all of us, Sharjah?
Sir, actually they are the same points as such, but there is more detail and there are facts and figures. And it actually portrays what is happening. This is in general what we feel, how we perceive. This is just a general attitude of the people.
Okay.
That's it.
What about you?
Basically the same thing. But I feel that when we see pictures and stuff, it makes us feel reality.
Alright. Yeah.
I feel that this is general, but the presentation, again, like she said, is more detailed and it gives us more information about how we have to take care of our environment.
Thank you so much. Beautiful ladies, please back. Thank you very much. I fully agree with what you said. I think visual presentation is extremely important to carry the message. If I tell you 4, or I tell you 10, it's just a number. But if I show you 10 bags of gold, you understand what 10 is. You know when I remove one, there's a difference, it's 9. So visual presentation is very, very important. And visualization of your thought is extremely important. And we always do that. We do that in our mind. And we capture that through photography. Photography is something that I have lived with 35 years of my life. Something that I teach, photojournalism. I've been teaching photojournalism for the last 13 years in Central Asia, in Ukraine, in Kyiv and in Moscow. After the Soviet Union split, in these Eastern European countries, journalism and photography was never promoted, and I have spent time in teaching in these three institutes, including at the American University right here in Sharjah and at the American University in Dubai. And I do participate in world organizations, and I do share my time, effort and money in spreading the word that we can make a difference for our environment, and that is very important. Are there any questions that anyone has? Here's the mic.
Yeah, it's not a question, sir, but I want to say something.
Yeah.
So when you said that one reason why all the wealth of the world is concentrated on only 15%, 80% of the wealth,
Right.
so I think you cannot entirely blame politics, sir. I
Yeah.
think if there was no politics, we would be in a worse condition.
I didn't say it's good or bad politics, I just said it's politics. It's you who's going to make the difference when it comes to the word politics. It's young people and young students who's going to make a difference.
So, but to make a difference, you need power, and for power, you need politics. So you can decide. It's your choice. Even if you want to be a politician, you can decide if you want to be a good politician or bad politician.
More important than being a good politician or a bad politician, it's important to be a good human being. And that is most important, not only for us human beings, but also for the animals, also for the plants, also for the fish, because all of them support us and keep us where we are. Starting January 2010, in the city of Dubai, I'm offering internships in photojournalism, basically focusing in photography. I've lived 22 years of my life in Dubai, and I'm going to introduce that to your school. I've mentioned that to ma'am. We'll be introducing these forms out later on in the year, and it would be immense pleasure to me to teach any of you students, especially as my children pass out from this school. Thank you very much. Now, if there are any questions anyone has, please ask. Anything else? Did you all learn something? Did you all have fun?
Yes, sir.
Is it different?
Yes, sir.
Please teach your neighbor about all this. Thank you very much. I'll pass the mic to Principal Ma'am, Mrs. Marwa, and she can give her impressions too.
I think we've had a lot of guest speakers, but today I had all my students spellbound. And I think this boy said what he said, but he's one boy who's going to remember your talk today for a very long time. And I'm sure our children are very, very sensitive, and this, right now they are absorbing, and this information will help them a long way in becoming even more sensitive human beings than they already are. Next time when they leave the tap on or the light on, I'm sure these figures are going to strike back in their mind and they'll immediately run to switch. Won't you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Professor Chadha.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's been great, and we look forward to a very, very long association with you. Children, this book of his is an eye-opener. The way he has captured the beauty of nature. I am going to try and get this book for our library.
That's
yes, right. And you must go through each picture. I wish he had shown us the visual. You don't have it with you right now?
On this, I didn't bring that.
Yeah, that if you see, it's an amazing collection of the beauty of nature and environment. Each picture is award-winning and has probably won the award also. You must go through this book and it will open your eyes to much more than what you have written on the board. Environment is the beauty around you and we need to protect it. Thank you so much, Professor Chadha, for giving us all this time early in the morning, and you really enlightened our students and widened their horizons. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, and on my behalf, this is a book for the library. Thank you very much. Copies of this presentation will be available, so you can use these facts and figures for getting into your classes or whatever you need. I will leave them behind. Thank you once again, and God bless. Remember the most important thing, and remember that mind over matter. And the second thing, life is beautiful. Enjoy every day. Thank you.